Greetings and welcome to a patch notes video here at Words About Games. I am joined by Tom, who has no idea
Hello.
what's about to happen. So I don't really know how to lead into this properly. I don't even know what
I got the bat signal.
you got the bat signal. We're sitting here. We were about to do a review thing for some good games and some not so good games. And I saw this game on Steam. And then I saw this thing on Facebook, and we talk a lot about certain topics on the Words About Games cast every week, and we never really delve too deeply into specifics of some of the worst shit that we find, or the worst shit that I find when I'm putting show notes together for news. And I don't know, I'm basically just going to read this thing out to Tom. I've already read it once. I apologize for everything that I'm about to say. I am not saying this. Someone on internet forum is saying this.
Yeah.
And Tom is nervous. Tom should be nervous.
Yeah. This is a rarity.
And then we're gonna just go from there. That's the great thing about patch notes. It's a very freeform, very malleable video series. So we'll see what happens. So I've found this post. It was shared on a Facebook group that I'm a member of. And I've read some stuff before, but this is something else. So here we go. Tom, I hope you're ready for this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Quote.
It's got to be bad then.
Yeah, because I've distanced myself from it 16 times in a minute. Quote. Do not buy The Last of Us Part 2. It's nothing but liberal propaganda and agendas digging their claws into gaming. Last week at E3, we saw great things, like Nintendo winning E3 for the third time in a row, Microsoft giving us great games, and Revolver making a mockery of the event once more. But in all this positivity, we also witnessed Sony, or should I say, Sony, make politics out of video games once more. This time with The Last of Us Part 2 having an 8-minute trailer focused entirely on Ellie, much like the first trailer for the game last year.
Having a game trailer focused on the main character.
Crazy, right? Just save your comments until the end. We've got a long way to go. So just strap yourself in. We're a quarter of the way through this thing. It's beautiful for all the wrong reasons. Continuing. You see, while soy boys and women will look at that, go excited over that for obvious reasons, it concerns me and other gamers because we aren't getting any footage featuring Joel. This, coupled with the fact that Ellie seems to be the main character now, leads me to believe it's another girl power feminist driven game fueled by an agenda rather than fun, much like the newest Uncharted. I'm assuming he means Lost Legacy, which was a great game. Anyway, continuing. What really set me off was that now infamous kiss. I have nothing against gays and lesbians and whatever in real life. But that kind of stuff... I'm trying to get in character here. But that kind of stuff has really no place in video games, much less in a game all about survival. Ellie being a lesbian makes no sense, because as an immune person, she should be preoccupied with saving the human race rather than dating some girl. It just comes across as forced, more than actual character traits. We're only halfway through. It's also really annoying that they feel the need to keep on adding these agendas into games they have no business at. I understand that in Left Behind DLC for the first game, Ellie had a slight romance with a character named Riley. It also bothered me then because it was just a politeness story that all it did was lead to a pointless kiss that did nothing to further the story. It also didn't help that, of course, Riley happened to be African American. Now, besides the usual, I have nothing against black people, but I just...
Fuck off. Just fuck off. That's a point, not a salute of some sort. That's me showing somebody the door. Like, I know it's the other end of my hand.
I believe me, we're laughing at this thing for all the if you are the poster of this thing, we're laughing at this thing for all the wrong reasons, as far as that person is concerned. Anyway, zone in. Now, besides the usual, I have nothing against black people, but I just see her being both black and a lesbian as nothing but liberals digging their claws into the business for the sake of doing so. It all just seems too convenient. Fast forward to the sequel, and they double down on it. Why are we looking at two girls kissing and dancing in a video game when they could have been easily used for more time to show gameplay or other games? It's also highly suspicious this was shown at E3 with such a big crowd around the globe, trying to normalize the degeneracy in the facade of a video game, and we have to take a stand. Don't buy any more Naughty Soy games. Had they been in charge of the remaster of the Crash games, I bet they would have made him a trans man if they had the chance. And then it just ends with the question, am I right, gamers?
Well,
no.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all in any way, shape, or form.
That's the whole thing. I'm done. Just gonna take a breath.
I mean, I'm laughing out of incredulity. I just can't quite pass it. There's people out there that still think like that. So the first thing, like, it goes on. Like, I made notes then. Like,
wow. Okay.
It's going on like how gays and lesbians and whatever, whatever fucking
and whatever,
right,
and whatever.
Have no place in a game about survival. Like, surely that's quite a decent analogy for today's climate. It's
no. I'll reread the sentence. I have nothing against gays and lesbians and whatever in real life. But that kind of stuff...
Right, yeah, well, that makes it okay.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff has really no place in video games. Much less in games about survival. So it doesn't have a place in video games at all.
At all. Yeah, fucking absolute. What a fucking cunt of a first degree. Like, are you sure this is like a serious post?
Well, it's from 4chan, so yes,
right.
I am 100% sure this is a serious post because
all right.
It's 4chan, right?
There's something really in particular that no doubt everybody picked up on, is that I have nothing against black people besides the usual.
Yeah, I mean, when you start a sentence, I have nothing against X people, you do. Because what you're about to say is part of what you have against them.
Exactly.
But apart from the usual, like, let's just back the fuck up a second.
What is the usual?
There is no, apart from the usual, like, I don't think that word means what this person thinks it means. There is no usual, like, what?
That's a terrifying sentence on its own.
Did someone fall through a time warp from like 1920? Apart from the usual, like, sweet and merciful Jesus.
Begin to even, like, if you don't find anything wrong with that statement, then there's something fundamentally wrong with you.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, if you heard somebody talking like that, like, just if you were, say, I don't know, out with a group of folk from work or in pub with a bunch of folk or whatever, like, I would immediately be like, noping the fuck out of there. Like, I don't want to be anywhere near that sort of mindset.
I'd probably vomit all over the person speaking. Like, this is next level bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Which is why I decided we're going to do a thing about it because we're all about fuck bullshit.
Well, for a start off, what did he say? Something about we cannot let this stand or whatever. No, we cannot let that shit stand. Like,
oh yeah, it's in here somewhere. We have to take a stand. It's also highly suspicious that this was shown at E3 with such a big crowd around the globe trying to normalize the degeneracy in the facade of a video game, and we have to take a stand. I mean, when you say you don't have anything against gays and lesbians and whatever,
and whatever,
and
whatever.
black people apart from the usual, and then you call all of this degeneracy,
yeah, you kind of contradicting your own point there, really.
Yeah, like you definitely contradicted your own point. I mean, I know there's plenty of argument to be had that we shouldn't be like critiquing this, because that normalizes it, I believe is the word I'm searching for. But at the same time, like I said at the top of the show, we see this stuff all the time.
Yeah, this is one example of a mindset that needs fucking stomping out. To be honest, it's just not healthy for anybody.
100%.
And it, like the fact that the people like that person who made that post has this so fucking ingrained in their mindset and attitudes that they thought it would be okay to start trying to rally people around it. Like,
yeah,
come on, like, which means that there's evidently, well, and we know this anyway, there's a large amount of the community that also agrees, because mindset begets mindset, and
they congregate.
Like, yeah.
I mean, this is why historical accuracy in Battlefield V and Assassin's Creed Odyssey is the thing that we've been laughing about for the last 2 weeks on the
I just
podcast.
I like the fact that video games are now in a position to actually tackle serious issues. B, I like the fact that people are now feel able to develop games which do show a great deal of diversity and everything. But C, the fact that there's still this amount of pushback, it's like 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Like,
yeah.
It's like
definitely.
you've got like this fucking rock around your throat as you know.
Yeah.
Like what the fucking in mythology, the dude who's always pushing the stone up the hill over and over again. Like,
that's why we need Keith and Patrick here. One of them would have known who that was. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, we were at a tipping point like a few years ago for stuff like this, and it is nice to see that we've tipped in the right direction. Like this E3 just gone has been a big thing for that, with things like Assassin's Creed and Battlefield and The Last of Us Part 2.
But I mean, the other part is it's a fucking video game.
Yeah.
Like, it's great tackling serious issues, but it's also a video game. You talk about somebody who's gonna like being able to play a female in a game where you're gonna wade through bullets for about 14 hours straight and not die. If you know.
I mean, we can talk about the historical accuracy of Battlefield.
If you're going on about historical accuracy about Battlefield,
about being able to
swallow bullets,
about being able to revive somebody on the battlefield with the defibrillator who's been shot in the face with a shotgun.
Exactly. Like, I mean, you can't choose when your suspension of disbelief begins and ends.
Yeah, you either suspend your disbelief or you don't. It's like World War II. Yeah, it's fine. Like, oh yeah, I'm running around like a roid-infused Superman and also, with a machine gun. That's fine.
Let's put it another way. Like, historically, if we'd have let everybody in the army, it'd have gone probably a lot fucking better.
Probably would have.
Don't be championing exclusionism already.
And
then masking it in some sort of veil of fucking historical accuracy, when all you're really annoyed about is the fact that you can play as a girl in your I'm a fucking murder hobo army game.
In this case, that 2 girls are kissing in a video game. Yeah. The girl power feminist driven agenda. Like, I'm all for the girl power feminist driven agenda personally. It calls out the newest Uncharted, which was an awesome game. We aren't getting any footage of Joel. There's some really I mean, Revolver Digital was a good one.
Yeah, Revolver Digital.
Making a mockery of the event once more. I'll let you in on a little secret, guy who wrote this post. That was the point.
It's called satire.
Yes.
And it was fucking hilarious.
And they did it beautifully. Do you know they actually sold those? But just to get, they actually sold those Bitcoin boxes for real money on their website. But moving back to this a bit.
Honestly, I'd have fucking bought one just to support them.
Oh, 100%. There's just so much in here that you could just pull out. Like, we've pulled out the main points.
It's when he's going on about like conveniently. No, it's like
this young girl happens to conveniently be African American and a lesbian. Like, oh yes, how convenient. That never happens in real life. Like, that's so rare.
He's got his fucking wall full of newspaper cutouts with like string going on. I don't know, like
just like
case. Like,
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
You can't beautiful mind this thing. Like,
there's no conspiracy
here.
Like, back in the day, when a certain movement that we don't name was kicking off, one of the things that they supposedly stood for was to let games creators make the games that they want to make. And guess what? That's the conspiracy here. People are making games that they want to make with characters that they want to put in them. And oh no, one of them's gay. Well, I suppose two of them. Two of them's gay.
Presumably.
From the 8 minutes.
It's only a trailer.
Yeah, from the 8 minutes context we have of like 10 to 15 hour experience.
Here's one for you, Mr. 4chan. What about if Joel's dead?
Yeah, I mean that is a distinct possibility. Given the two trailers that we've seen so far.
Yeah, man of fucking times I died in Last of Us.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, Joel is super dead.
It seems very easy.
Yeah, it's very easy to kill a Joel. Like, trust me, I know. Yeah.
Like, just fucking hell. Like, 8 minutes. Show us some more gameplay. Probably don't have any yet. For a start off.
I mean, do you just want to show us, like, do you just want a let's play? Is that what you're after? You're just after a let's play, like, see the whole game and then you won't buy it. I mean, goddamn liberals and their agenda digging their claws into gaming.
I mean, that's a bit of a fucking reach in it anyway. Like, just based on what he's basing that fucking statement on.
Right. Well, that's the basis of his whole thesis.
Yeah, I want to go find him and slap him and like grab him by an ear. I'm assuming it's a bloke. It can't not be. It can't not be. I want to grab him by his ear and drag him to his mum and say, "Look, parent this person properly."
Yeah. Also, I take issue with Nintendo winning E3 for the third time in a row. Didn't really happen. No, sorry.
No. Considering they weren't technically speaking there.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't there, like, at all. It was a pre-recorded video.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you of pretty much one game where Ridley kind of murdered Mario, which no one's really talking about. Like, Nintendo showed a portion of a trailer for Smash Brothers where Mario gets straight up fucking murdered.
By a bad guy from Metroid.
Why aren't we talking about that? Like, that's a thing. Mario got killed.
Not only is it a thing, it's like what they're like. Hey, buy this game.
Mario just like got murdered by the new character. Like, shit. Smash Brothers Ultimate ain't fucking not playing around.
Technically, an evil red dragon.
Yeah. I think Mega Man was the other character that was there, and he's totally dead too in that video. Like, that all happened.
Yeah. He is not going to be in the sequel.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, damn, he's not going to be in Smash Brothers 6. And as far as like this last sentence goes, well, not the second last sentence. Sorry, we already answered the last sentence. Am I right, gamers? No.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. Had they been in charge of the remaster of the Crash games, I bet they would have made him a trans man if they had the chance. 2 points on that one.
Bandicoot for a start
One,
off.
yeah, it's a bandicoot, not a man. It's a bandicoot. A bandicoot.
A
But
fucking road.
it's right there in the title. Crash.
Yeah.
Bandicoot.
Bandicoot.
He's a bandicoot. And two, I mean, you know what the rule of thumb as far as video game characters goes, like, is to always assume they're trans until proven otherwise. And with that, I think we can do this patch notes video. I think that's a good video. I'm sure, like,
we had that with Hello Kitty. Like the whole reveal there. It's like, oh, okay.
because like you don't know.
No,
You don't know.
oh, and essentially all you've got to go on, bearing in mind that this was a character created in the 90s, is the fact that whether they're wearing blue or pink pants.
Yeah, because that's how it works. If you're wearing blue pants, you're a boy, and if you're wearing pink pants, you're a girl.
That's
how it works.
obviously. I'm glad I'm not wearing pink pants right now because I'd be very confused.
So that's going to do it for this episode of Patch Notes. Like I said at the beginning, didn't really have a point. We just saw a thing. Well, I just saw a thing.
Immediately.
And I was like, I'm going to read this to Tom, and we're going to see what kind of reaction we get. We might get a video out of it. We might not. I think we're going to upload this.
Also, anybody who thinks that there's a single valid point in the statement read by Gary, go fuck yourself and subscribe. We don't want your support.
I mean, Microsoft did give us great games. That's the part where, like, the clock, like, you know, a stop clock is right twice a day. Like,
yeah.
You know.
But it's like saying gravity's a thing, and it affects me.
Pretty much, yeah. But, yeah, this is garbage.
Yeah.
Bye!